Great to see you here. If you are following along our video series, Gaining Confidence and Knowledge to Handle Your Own Projects, let me know in the comments. Hi, I am Anchit and welcome to third part of our first complete website development tutorial. Today we learn a bit about interactions in Bricks Builder. I have kept this video short for ease of viewing. Let us get on with the rest of our front page development now. We start with our services part now, so add a new section and name it our services. Under container, add heading element and type in the text our services in it. Add some margin of 3 rem to this particular section. Click on Container element and align the content to center. Next step is to work on typography of the heading. Change its color to black. Make the heading H2 tag. I think we need some more margin to this section. Make it 5 rem. Looking at the front end, I think it would be best to add another container which will house the 4 services that are to be listed with the hover animations, making it easier to handle. This container should be at same hierarchy level as the previous container and not inside it. Let's use grid this time instead of flex and type 1fr space 1fr in the columns area, informing the grid that we need 2 columns of equal width in one row. In previous videos, we used flex box to align using horizontal and vertical directions options. Add a block inside this container which will house the elements. Here on reference website, we have this exciting hover animation where element colors invert. Start by adding the elements we need, that are heading, icon, and basic text elements to the block. For icon, select as per your choice and give it color of blue. Now changing specifics of the heading, add the text, change color to black. Copy-paste the text to basic text and change its color to black. Add padding to this block to create a good-looking box. Change the size of icon. Add space between elements using row gap feature of block. Looking at the reference website, we notice very slight box shadow given to this block element. You guys must be experts by now on adding box shadow, so add box shadow, give it some spread, blur, semi-transparent black color. X and Y values not needed as the shadow is all around the box. Add margin to first container as per design. And in the second container containing the service items, add gap of 20 or 30 as per your requirement. On the front end, this looks good. Next step would be to add the hover animation. When you hover over the box, background changes, icon and text color changes. Let's make this for one box and duplicate it to rest. Important thing to note is, when the parent, which is the block, detects hover, internal elements change. If we start adding hover animations individually to all elements, then they change only when that element has been hovered over. Theory is that when parent receives a hover or mouse in, we change everything for all elements inside it and for box itself. Based on previous videos, let's first add blue background on hover using the arrow button next to Brick's logo to top left. Select hover, change the background color to blue. Check this on front end and you see it works. Get back and out of the hover selection. Now the trick begins. Add a CSS code of one line under Style tab of parent, that is the block element. Here, add a class by typing .white dash heading followed by curly brackets as shown. Within curly brackets set color equal to white followed by exclamation mark and important. This makes sure that font color of white gets precedence over any other color set to whatever we are targeting. Whenever we apply this class to any element, its font color or icon color will change to white. But how do we apply this on hover? This is where we use the feature called interactions in Bricks Builder. Give a comment here using / and multiply sign to explain what this does. Good practice to keep track of what is done and why. First, apply this to the heading element. Stay on block element, click on the finger with circle symbol as shown in the video. Then click on plus icon to add an interaction. First option is trigger, asking you to choose what makes this action start. For us, this would be the mouse enter event. Next it asks you what action to take. We have to add a class attribute to heading element. So action would be to set attribute. Which attribute to set, you may ask? Class, we have to set class to a particular value. So key here is class and value would be class name, that is white dash heading. But to which element is this targeted to? Since we are setting interaction of parent block element, we have to target CSS selector of the heading element. Click on heading element and copy the hashtag ID that every element has unique. Copy that and paste it in CSS selector field. That is it. Now let's test this on front end. Hover over the first box and you see text color is now white. But you notice something strange. When you no longer are hovering over the box, heading disappears. Actually, it's white in color and we haven't told Bricks what to do for a mouse leaving or mouse exit interaction. So we have to now add another interaction rule which says, when mouse goes out of the box, remove that class we added. When class is removed, the white font color rule is also removed and heading goes back to being black. When you use remove attribute in the duplicated interaction rule, instead of set attribute, it starts to work as desired. This way, using respective selectors and add and remove attributes feature, you can target all the elements you want to interact with and create a lovely animation. I am speeding this part a little, as basics are now clear, I believe. Duplicate these set and remove attribute rules and keep changing the ID. Once all three are set, one shortcut method to do this to rest of the three blocks would be to delete the current ones and duplicate this completed block. Do that, and check on front end. You notice that no matter which box we hover over, changes are happening to the first block. Strange, you may say? If you recall, bricks asks us which element to target and we give them the hashtag IDs of that element. Here we need to give each box target element of its own sub-elements. As of now, all are targeting the CSS selector of first box. So change the IDs for all boxes to their respective element IDs and check again. Keep checking front-enders and when you complete that part to be sure it is working. Great, all seems to be working. Add some margin to top and bottom of this section, collapse all, and this exciting section is complete. Do we do FAQs and accordion also in this video? I think you should give this section a try at your end and leave comments if you have any problems, and then move to making accordion. Front page has most of the amazing work, rest of the pages will cover quickly once you have practiced making front end.